Hugh Jackman still gets backlash for being married to Deborra-Lee Furness. The main reason for the criticism is their 13-year age gap. It's gotten so bad that haters believe Hugh is actually a homosexual and their love is fake. The marriage is obviously a cover. He's married to an old, ugly, barren woman. She really creeps me out. And naysayers keep hurting Deb any way they can, even physically.
Literally seen her knocked away. People try to push her aside.
People still don't get why such a handsome and hunky man chose an older woman who doesn't look like your typical Miss Universe. They even say Deb was simply lucky that Hugh married her. Furness once shared that it is pretty offensive, especially because few people really know how their love story started. When they first met, things were completely different. Back then, Hugh had just graduated from drama school, while Deb already had over 20 films on her resume. They were set to star together in a new Australian series, and Jackman was excited to meet her on his first day.
She put out her hand and took off her sunglasses and said, "Hi, I'm Deborra-Lee Furness. Nice to meet you." And I remember thinking, I like this girl.
Hugh and Deb immediately became friends, enjoyed working together, and had undeniable chemistry. Hugh quickly realized that he was falling in love with her, and was embarrassed about it. He felt it was highly unprofessional to have a crush on his co-star, so he thought that if he just avoided Deb, his feelings would go away.
I didn't talk to Deb for a week. I literally, from every day being best friends, did not speak to her.
But it couldn't last long, and eventually they had a conversation where Hugh decided to open up to her. He was sure that she'd never reciprocate his feelings, but he was wrong.
I said, I've got a crush on you, Deb, I'll get over it. I'm sorry, it's embarrassing. She goes, because I got a crush on you too. And I was like, right, what?
That's how their relationship began. But on one of their first dates, Deb's commitment was put to the test, in a funny way. They were having dinner with a group of friends when Deb got a phone call. Her pal asked her if she wanted to go and hang out with her and Mick Jagger. Even Hugh thought she'd immediately agree. But Deb wanted to stay with him.
And she goes, "You can tell Mick that I'm having dinner with Hugh Jackman." And I'm like, oh.
Even back then, Hugh already knew that they were going to be together for the rest of their lives. But Deb had doubts. See, she had completely different plans for her life at the time.
My New Year's resolution was I'm not dating any actors, and definitely none under 30.
26-year-old Hugh clearly fell into both categories. Deb even considered breaking up with him, but he wouldn't let her go so easily. And instead of breaking up, they got engaged only 4 months after their romance began. Jackman was nervous when he had to choose a ring for her, so he thought that the best thing to do was to tell the shop owner everything about his beloved. This poor jeweler. He sat there for an hour and a half, and Hugh bored him endlessly, giving every nuance of my personality. But soon after this sweet beginning, Hugh and Deb's love was put to the test with enormous hardships. Right after getting married, they wanted to have a baby, but no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't conceive.
We struggled. A couple of miscarriages, IVF. It was not easy. It was difficult, particularly on Deb.
It broke their hearts. But then the spouses came up with a solution to adopt, and they had a condition as to what child they wanted to bring into the family.
Our motivation behind adopting was, where is the need? That the biggest need is in mixed-race kids.
They learned that most people who want to adopt choose children who look like them. So biracial kids usually have trouble finding a family. However, for Hugh and Deb, race and appearance were the least important. So the son and daughter they adopted are both mixed race. After expanding their family, Hugh and Deb were perfectly happy, especially since Hugh's career started to take off. He relied on Deb for everything, including his choice of roles. And most of the time, she was right, except for one role. When he was offered the part of Wolverine, she told him to refuse it. She was worried that if he played a comic book hero, he wouldn't be taken as a serious actor anymore.
There was no script, it was just
pages of
character breakdown of a guy with claws and he was a mutant.
It seemed absolutely ridiculous to Deb, but Hugh decided to take it, simply because he had no other job at the time. And the rest is history. Both spouses agree now that it was the only time Deb was proved wrong. And she redeemed her winning streak when Hugh was filming Les Miserables. It was an extremely challenging role for him, and the actor seriously thought about quitting. But Deb persuaded Hugh to keep pushing forward, and she was right, as it brought him a Golden Globe and an Oscar nomination.
why any of this means anything, and that is because my incredible wife and my kids support me. I love you with all my heart.
Jackman had everything he'd dreamed of: a successful career, loving wife, and wonderful kids. But another serious challenge came out of nowhere. One day, Hugh spotted a mark on his nose, and Deb insisted that he get it checked out. The diagnosis was shocking.
Dermatologist said, oh no, that's, I'll get a biopsies, but I'm pretty sure that is a cancer, skin cancer.
Thankfully, it turned out to be the least dangerous form of cancer, and all Hugh needed was an operation to remove it. But the carcinoma came back 5 more times. Every time, Deb was by his side during the surgery and recovery period, and the battle's still not completely over. Hugh's doctor says he'll probably have it again, so he needs to go for a checkup every few months. Hugh is very thankful to Deb for always being there for him through good and bad times. The actor even says that none of his victories would have been possible without her.
Everything that's happened in my career, and on screen, off screen, we've always done it together.
Even when they have to comment on never-ending rumors about their marriage.
If he was gay, fine, he would say he's gay. It has gotten so out of whack that they say it's stupid, and it's annoying because it's not true.
The constant speculation has become so ridiculous that the couple just laugh it off now.
And he'd be dating Brad Pitt or whatever, you know?
Throughout the years, the spouses have learned to pay less attention to other people's opinions and keep family their priority. Hugh and Deb's example shows us that it doesn't matter who is older or younger, because real love knows no age.